Alright, howdy folks. Look, that abrupt ending, unexpected. Let's just say, and we're back, okay? So, quite the devastation we got going on around the world, right? All because of these inbound objects creating havoc with the weather, right? Okay, just all kinds of mayhem. You saw the fissures opening up, the landslides. You saw the earthquake in Japan there. That was a little unsettling. There will be going into the earthquake report later on tonight. So, just some examples of what's going on around the world as we speak. These are all different events from different parts of the world. This is in Italy, severe flooding in Italy now. They played a part in the Bible, and now they're paying a price. And you're just seeing this raw display of nature just being unleashed on the world. Okay, so there's that. Now let's get to our report. Let's see here. Let's start here and put the loop into motion here. Whoops. There we go. Okay. Now, while that's playing there, we can get this. There we go. Now, let's see. Here we are, May 6th, 2023, and we're starting off with this big object that had moved out that we reported on last night, and we'll go frame by frame through this, and let's pause it right on the opening frame. Actually, you know what? Let me let that loop run for a second. I gotta close the door. I'll be right back. Hang on here, folks. Gotta get some background lighting taken care of. I didn't have it ready. Okay. As you can see there, we had our big object move out there, and then some a big disc, and then some other objects come. All right, let's get to business here. All right. So, freeze framing on the opening frame here. Okay, here we are. It's 024 of May 6th, 2023. Okay, and you can see we have our event underway here with another object moving out up there. Here comes the big disc-shaped object. Okay, that was what we reported on last night. Okay, that event. Then I think we ran out of data right around here, but we have another following object here. See the instrument react to it? All right, and it's a slow mover. Come on, there we go. You can see material going out and flowing over it faster than it's moving out. The instrument reacts right there to it, okay, indicating there's an object there. It's reacting to it. We got another blast coming out of the side over here, and as it proceeds to erupt, we have a nice black object right here. Let's get this. There we go. You see our round black object with the like plasma being stretched behind it. And as that event unfolds and moves out, We have another blast coming out the bottom here. And another double blast on both sides here with our new big event that is, boy, quite the display. You can see over here on this side, this dark spot right in the middle. You can see the magnetic field. Here's the corresponding image on the black and white side on the difference model. And, oh, you like my voice, huh? I hate my voice. Sounds different on tape than it does in my head. Everybody's does. Anyways, here we go. We got this object right here, clear as a bell, the magnetic field around it, the instrument reacting to it. You can see plasma draping over it on this side. We have this blast down here. You see this big chunk, the spire that was pointing at something? Here it comes as well. Boom, boom, boom. And you can see we had something in there too. Let's back up just a couple there. I think right there we go. Let's just tint it a little bit. That way you can see it a little bit better. Our round objects right there. And then as we proceed, boom. That was it. Okay? So let's put the loop back into motion. You can see the huge UFO, that huge disc-shaped object that came out with this slow motion object right behind it. So right there's the disc, the slow motion object, then this, I mean, it's just going off. The sun is going off right now. These objects actually are going off on the sun. They're molesting the sun and brutalizing it. And it's becoming blatantly obvious now. It's, pretty soon they're not going to be able to hide this anymore. I don't see how they've hidden it this long, but I guess they got everybody so distracted with the shooting in Texas today. That's the kind of stuff that they pull, they do these shootings so they can take away your guns, and then they dramatize it on the news and get everybody all panties in a wad. Dude, this country is founded on the right to bear arms. If we all just obeyed the laws, we wouldn't have these shootings. But we have criminals in charge. And it trickles down into society, and you see the results. And thus, these objects attacking the sun. Yeah, all because of the society. That's what's causing all this shit. This is all spiritual warfare going on. You guys don't know that you're bringing this on yourselves. Not my audience, but the rest of the world has just got their head up their ass. Okay, so there's these huge violations of the sun going on. Objects caught in there, huge UFO disc-shaped aircraft caught in them. Let's do this. There was one frame, the little Ahura Mazda, the little guy with the little trail thing zipped through, like right down here where my arrow is here, right there. That's where it was. It's just a small shot of it, but it's out there zipping around too. And then we got this big ass mothership. That thing is huge. And then anybody notice MBB? All of a sudden, people around the world are seeing the Starlink satellite again, and it's all close compacted together again. I remember seeing that sucker a couple of years ago, and it got so strung out and stretched out. These latest images of it do not look like the Starlink. It looks more like this big fucker already arrived. I know it arrived because that's what cut out my stream last night. I was told to go outside during my stream, and I'm like, I'm going to keep going, and I just kept doing my stream, and then all of a sudden, with my phone plugged in, 100% battery, I don't think it was YouTube. I know it wasn't YouTube. It just went, and I went outside to have a cigarette, and there it was. Okay? It's here. It didn't take 3 days to travel here. These objects might take 3 days, or CME might, but this is an aircraft. This is a UFO. It can accelerate here in a heartbeat. It's already here. I saw the images on MBV, and they're trying to blow it off as the Starlink again. Go take a close look at those images, and go if you've ever seen the Starlink in the sky yourself with a pair of binoculars, the images they're showing are not of the Starlink. I'm sorry. I'm tired of the world getting smoke blown up their ass. Pissing me off. Alright, so here's this raw display of power right here. Let's go over to stereo. Oh, yeah, we got stereo activity. Alright, so the tail end of the big event, we never... Oh, pretty much worthless. Let me just see if there's any good frames in here. Alright, so opening frame right here. This is a good frame right here on this side. You can see our big object and all the plasma that's stuck on the front of it. Here, let's just tint it out. Okay, can you see it on the red side there? And you can see how the plasma is perfectly stretched around it. I mean, it couldn't be any more drawn out. Look at this perfect wing V-shaped structure of plasma coming out like wings that's wrapping around this big round object. I mean, it's... You guys are awesome. It's the rest of the world I'm frustrated with. So, as we proceed... Oh, wow. There's a little moon. See the little moon? See it on this? Well, it's better. Sorry about that. Some alert. Some bullshit. Alright, here's the little moon there. You can see it. Let's just kind of focus on that red side as it moves on out. Let's back it up. This shot right here with these perfect wings. Tilt your head to the left, they're perfectly symmetrical wings. With the big object in the background, and then it has a moon right here, and another one there, and there's an arc. There's actually a plasma exchange between the moon and either another moon or the surface of the bigger one, right in front. Alright, it's time to start zooming in and tinting this shit out, because I am getting... into it, I guess. Oop, it blinds the camera. We're gonna have to do a little scooch and dip. Kind of like Dancing with the Woman. You grab her by the waist and dip her back. Oh, we don't do that anymore, do we? Now it's act like a clown, throw your fingers in the air, and spin on your back like a monkey. Alright, anyway, there is a plasma exchange between this moon and something else, either the bigger one down below or another moon. As we back out of this, just to 125, scroll. I want to go one more frame right there where we can capture the moon. Okay, so you see where the little moon of it that's rotating around it is right here. Okay, let me back up a frame and follow it back. Whoops, follow it backwards. All right, in this frame, it's right here. You can see this lightning plasma exchange separate from the CME. Here's the bigger object in the background. It still has plasma on the front side exchanging between the moon, its moon, and the surface, or another moon. It looks to be like another moon. It's really, really hard to tell because we don't have enough of this frame here. I want the rest of the image. Let's see if I can just try one last tint attempt here. Well, you can see that little moon. Here, let's go just a little deeper. So you can see you can clearly see that little moon object right there. And then this would be that plasma exchange, but that didn't turn out so well. So let's just pull it back to reality. Scooch it back into frame. Okay. And proceed forward. Boom, boom. Alright, so you've seen the little orbiting moon. We follow it back. Right here you can see that lightning exchange with this little spheroid object and either another one on this side or the surface of the bigger object in the back. Okay. Alright, so bing, boom, boom, boom. And then this. Look at this. You know what I'm telling you to look for dark patches? This is blinding the camera right now, and that is a dark patch, and that is super dark right next to the. Watch, I'm gonna just zoom in here. And we'll pull it over. Ta-da! And that's usually blinding the camera. If I tilt this back, now look how dark they are. That's normal. You can see the bigger object in the back. Either this is a bigger object or the magnetic field of this one. But it looks like a bigger object in the back with the moon here and a moon there. This one's actually going into this white stream and making a dent into it. So we're just going to continue going. We'll just go all the way in as deep as we can here. That's how the Liddy's like. Alright, here we go. There's a good shot of it right there. I mean, you can't freaking miss it. And you can see the bigger object behind it. It's not a magnetic field. There's another bigger object. It seems to be that I know that there are races from across the universe that are showing up here to Earth for the big show. It seems to be that they're bringing their planets and moons and stuff with them. I don't know, because this is an awful amount of objects with their own moons to be just the same one over and over again. I mean, we all understand there's multiple objects, and I believe there's like multiple systems, is what I'm trying to say. Is I believe that there are multiple systems that are arriving now with their burned out stars or whatever, and their little planets that rotate around them, or the moon orbit a bigger. See, these things are absorbing. They're like dead stars. They're trying to not well, they're trying to reignite, but they also absorb energy from the star, making them warm. So they provide warmth and heat, maybe not so much light per se for these neighboring planets that orbit it. Okay, we're talking a little small solar system here. Okay, think of it that way, with the core of a burned out star that's still hot and warm and generating heat and infrared and maybe not so much light, but like I said, these objects, boom, boom, these stellar cores, I don't know. It's just beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go. Oh, yes. I hope it made you guys laugh. You gotta get a little crazy with this sometimes, because this is just off the hook. This stuff is just, okay? And okay, so I dropped some acid and I'm hallucinating looking at the instrument, right? That's what it is. It's just pareidolia. It's your brain playing tricks with you, because this instrument collaborates every single thing that we just saw. And this is a hallucination too, okay? Oh my God. I can't believe the excuses I get from doctors, from psychiatrists, from family, from everybody. It's just hilarious. It's the deepest denial I think I've ever seen. they're in such a state of like zombie. You know, the media is really zombified the public. Speaking of which, go over to the community page on my channel. I've been posting all kinds of cute little shorts, information in the music. If you know what I'm saying, telling the story in the things that I post in there. Okay? Their eyes can't see because they're blind. That's right. And I'm pretty sure their eyes could see if they didn't have their head so far up their ass. That's the problem. Their eyes could see if they take 5 minutes to look. Huh, you guys take 5 minutes to look, don't you? And you see it. Not too hard to figure out, really. It's just the stubbornness of people to look, to accept, to understand, to want to know, be willing to understand. Everybody wants to just stick their head back in the sand. Oh, that's fine. That's just going to make it go away, ostrich. Yeah, stick your head back in the sand. That'll make the lion just not see you and not eat you. Yeah. Dumb. Absolutely dumb mentality that the human race has. I'm sorry I kind of did that to you guys, but I was lonely. Anyways, here's our G2 report. Nothing too much. This spike right here, I'm kind of a little iffy about that. I think it was probably a little bit stronger than what they're reporting. They like to cut back, earthquakes, downgrade them so it doesn't sound so serious. So you guys just stick your head back in the sand and your butt in the air. That way they can come along and rape you because you got your butt in the air. That's what they like to do. They're a bunch of sick, perverted. We're going to clean this shit up. And as my audience, have you guys ever done jury duty before? You know what jury duty is? As my witnesses, you guys are going to be the jury on these criminals. My audience. Not Jerry Springer's, not fucking Tucker Carlson's audience, not any other YouTuber's audience. Only my audience will be in the jury box convicting these criminals in the court above. Mark my words. Now, onto this report. Our little blast, just this little tiny big old blast, is going off that direction, thankfully, but the system and the objects are still coming towards us. At least we don't have to absorb the CME, thankfully. We have enough bombardment on its way still. We don't need another one. Okay, so breathe a sigh of relief at that, and then it went that direction. Okay. Now, back to where I was. Still lonely. Heartbroken, lonely, betrayed, backstabbed. Everybody. Nothing but defiance everywhere I go. Hey, could you open that door for me? Oh, why don't you get yourself? Hey, could you help me with that? No, not right now. Every single thing. It's the oddest experience I've ever had. I could say something, it's funny. We got one-uppers, you know what one-upmanship is? Oh, I got a Corvette. Oh, yeah, well, I got a Porsche, Everybody's got to one-up each other. So this is what I like to do. I like to just set them up real quick. I say, yeah, man, I can't believe it. One time I accidentally shot myself in the foot. They're like, oh, yeah? Well, I blew my head off with a shotgun. Sure you did, bud. No wonder why you said that. Anyways, here we are back at our Schumann. It goes across here. It's nice and vibrant. We had this little screeching event. We come out of it. It weakens a little bit. Comes back to life with screeching. Comes back to life with screeching. Comes back to life with screeching. Comes back to life. And it's still pumping strong. So, that's a good thing. Now, on to the null school instrument. And I have it set up at our polar vortex. So watch this. Watch closely. All right, get all the winds settled in. You guys are, okay, you can see it too. Okay, good. I want you to follow these winds. They come off here, they wrap around, and they go this way. And get it nice. Okay, so they come off this way. They go right across the North Pole, straight across it. They don't diverge around it or nothing. They go straight across the North Pole and then hook a left and then come this way. Here, let me show you. So they come down, they went across the North Pole, they come down, they hook another left, they come this way, and then hook another one into the West Coast, and then hook another one down into the subtropic zone. So this, your polar vortex, is now the dragon. Look at this shit. I'm going to pull back. Let me adjust it just right. Woo, 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 woo. And then one last one. Woo. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. So that's your polar vortex, folks. See it? Goes right across the North Pole. How could you miss it? That's the North Pole right there. And it comes wrapping around and just goes boom, straight across it, takes a U-turn, comes back, flips another U, goes back at the West Coast here, comes back at the West Coast, flips another U, and then joins in with this. So, yeah, these objects aren't affecting our weather or anything like that. No, the passage of these objects when they go by our planet has nothing to do with our weather. It doesn't affect our polar vortex or anything like that. Watch this. Let's go to the southern. Hey, that looks normal. When will the world wake up? I don't know. It won't be until there's a big eye like this in the sky staring right at them that they're going to go, dude, what are you looking at, man? If they could pull their heads out of their phones. I don't know how many people I passed on the roads today that were just so dedicated to their phone. They were in another world. Not driving, that's for sure. All right, so our upper jet stream looks like that. It's a mess too. I don't even know where to begin. Now let's take a look at the southern jet streams. Yeah, look at this. All wonky. This is all right, so let's just kind of go into America at least and look at our. Now, this is our upper jet, okay? This is what directs the storms. These aren't storms themselves. This is the super fast winds up at high elevation that direct these storms and guide them to where they're going. And you can see, as we come over here, let's start with the West Coast because everything right now is moving west to east. So we'll just start west to east. All right, you can see these two little vortexes here are channeling all this stuff, squeezing it more right at the West Coast, all right? So, looks like not the storm door, but yes, a storm door is open and it's funneling stuff right at the West Coast. Now, once it gets to the West Coast, a little dive, but I want you to see, this is the colder air up above. This is the colder air up above. This is the warmer, moist air down below. You notice how they're both really high intense jets, right? This one splits off, and part of that energy, a good segment of that lower jet goes right up into this one, doesn't it? Do you see this branch right here coming off and feeding this part right up into the Great Lakes? Okay? This is not good, especially for the tornado outbreak that we're going to have tomorrow with inbound energy amplifying it. And this, all three of them together, is just a recipe for disaster. I did not get to check the storm chasing at all today. I was too busy chasing monsters instead. No. What are we doing? Oh, we're going to the chemicals. So let's come over to the SO2. Thank you. Turn off the wind and watch America bleed out. At least this half of the country. Wow, look at this big break right here. This was all dark. Now look at this. There is just like no gas right now from these two regions right here. That is all new. Because you guys that have been here and been watching, everything west of this or east of this line has been bleeding profusely. And it looks like this whole region has let up, especially down in Florida, too. Look at this. I mean, we still got some, but it's not as bad as it was. As I pull back, go to another video maybe a week ago, and you'll see that this half of the country over was dark burgundy. And there was stuff that was blossoming over here, too. This west half is cleared up a little bit. This half has gotten a little clearer. This might be the pressure wave before another inbound, because it does like kind of calm things down right before our magnetic fields interact. Okay, there's like this little pressure wave where everything kind of gets squeezed and really quiet, and then it hits and we exchange. Okay, so let me get in tighter on this for you guys. You know where we're at. We're at the Bay Area here. This is the North Bay. This plume is kind of growing more northward and kind of hooking a little bit like this compared to yesterday. We are still seeing through the Central Valley this creeping effect going this way of pressure pushing SO2 out through the ground, okay? And we're even having blossoms up here now, Reno and outside, like Sparks and stuff up there. That's what it appears to be. Yeah, kind of. That might, no, I don't think that's pollution right now. Anyways, we got to continue on. Okay, so America's looking a little bit better. Stuff up in here in Canada is still spreading. All kinds of wildfires and stuff happening now. See, this pressure pushes magma up to the surface, to the underside of the crust, and that magma, imagine getting squeezed out like the hard-boiled egg with the cracked shell. If you were squeezing the egg now with the shell already cracked, that inside stuff wants to seep out through the cracks, right? So it's looking for perforations and weak spots to come out. And this is where, you're seeing a lot of these perforations and weak spots in the crust. Now, the magma is going to come up through those little holes, through those perforations, and some are deeper or shallower than others. In other words, they get closer to the surface than others do. And they will start spot fires at the surface. Magma little fingers reaching up through perforations will start spot fires at the surface. And that's what we were seeing. Everybody thinks, oh, it's the DEW weapon. It's the, the directed energy weapon starting fires. No, those fires were actually caused from down below. If you go look, there was a video of some trees that burned, and the stumps were burned out, and the root structure in the stump had hollow burned out tubes down into the dirt. So it actually burned the root structure first, set the tree on fire from the inside, and the tree burned from the inside out because it was started from the root structure from down below. And it burned the whole tree down, and when the whole tree burned down, the stump and the root structure burned down as well, leaving a hole in the ground with a bunch of empty channels where the root structure used to be. And they were like, how'd that happen? Really? How'd that happen, huh? Okay. China, in deep trouble. India, still in deep trouble. Europe, looking a little better. Anybody watch the coronation of the king today? For some reason, God had me up at that moment watching that the whole ceremony. I do not care to watch that stuff, but for some reason he had me watching it. And it was amazing. If you guys listen closely to the music they were playing, it all had the code in it. And if you paid attention, they were playing American theme songs from sea to shining sea, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. That's not Britain's song. That's not the King's song. That's America's song. Anybody pay attention to that shit? Did you guys see the Reaper sneak through the background? Anybody see that shit? Look, they're sending signals to me. I know it's coming. Alright? I know it's coming. And they're starting to recognize now. And it's nice. I finally getting a little recognition. And it looks like the ugliest one seems to be sitting in my chair. But it's okay. I got my place right here. Look at all this madness here on the coast. Doop, doop, doo, doo, doo. There's our little apex point. Okay. The rest of this. Oh, wait, I want to come over to Java. Did you guys notice that the landslide in Java during the opening? It's because all this shit is shaking and there's pressure underneath, pushing stuff up from the bottom, causing basically land eruptions from underground, where ground is just erupting up, not magma, just the dirt in the ground that was underneath will erupt up through the surface and create like a little mountain. We'll start to see that effect happen here soon too. New mountains pop up, other ones will sink. Okay, what are we doing, Brian? What are we doing? Prophesying and trying to do the report at the same time. You're nuts. Okay, let's come over to the earthquake report, right? And looky, we were just talking about this apex point and how it didn't have any yesterday. Well, let's look and see what we got here. This was the one if we can get it. 5.2. Remember we were looking at 5.1 energy I said was going to come directly across. Boom, bingo, 5.2. Hey, I missed it by a 0.1. I'm not trying to predict these, and they're see, that's the difference between the shit. I don't try to predict these and their magnitudes. I just evaluate what I see and call it like I see it. To 4.4 to 235 depth. Okay, so a little bit deeper energy right there was relieved. 4.4 at 111.1. Look at this. A 4.4 at 11:11. You guys know the significance of 11:11? I bet most of you guys in my audience see 11:11 and 222 and 323 all the time. 4.2 at a 198 depth. A lot of these are kind of deep. So get this. If these are deep, then this is good. That means that this deep energy that came across, it should have hit something here, but it didn't. And it's really relieving a lot of pressure at deep, or deeper than, like, say, 10, the shallow quakes. So a lot of energy right there just got scrubbed off. From, you know what? I'm almost willing to think that some of this energy that just got scrubbed off here is going to relieve a lot of the tension that was going to go up through this part. Because for every action, there's an opposite and equal reaction the other way, right? So if we're relieving stress over here, it relieves stress on this side of the deep earthquake zone. Ta-da! This activity right here is relieving stress on this area. And you can see we don't have a new deep quake here. Let's see what this one is, though. This is the 5.1 energy I was saying would come down this way, and it didn't. Luckily, it didn't hit here at a bigger magnitude. It say 7 or 8. It didn't hit a 7 or 8 because South America came and saved your ass. That's what happened right there. I can see it plain as day. I can see how naked it is right here, too. Now, all this is lower energy. This is 4.581, 4.3136, 4.4244, 4.610, 4.853, 4. Come here, you bitch. Get back here. 4.554, 4.510. 4.2, 417. That's a little deeper right there. What's going on with this? $4.5. That's a semi-deep, not totally deep. That's more than halfway, though. That's maybe 3/4 deep. Oh. So watch out here in Japan, because this energy creeping up triggered something deeper. Something, that deeper energy plus this is locked up right in this area right here, okay? Because come here, look at this. I want you guys to understand these tectonic plates right here. This is a focal point. Just because it keeps going up like this does not negate this V-shaped focal point, okay? And what's going to happen is this deeper energy that just came up here, it's not much. It's 4.2, but at a depth of 417, that's going to translate to 5 at the surface, right? So we got 5 mixed with this 4.5 again, yes, 4.5. So it's going to set off something maybe right around here at this focal point. It might travel just a tad bit up at this shelf zone, this weak zone right here, that's off of Honshu, where it seems to like to have this activity, this focal point, or right along this stretch between two focal points, we're going to see another 5. It's just this energy traveling up. I'm not predicting a quake. It's just the energy traveling up. And it'll probably come all the way up. Let's see what we got here. 5.260. Come here. Come here. 4.2105 and 4.075. All right, 75. So that one's the 5.2 right there. That's some of that energy being scraped. Let me see the time. 8:58 and nope. This is way later. So this is old energy that had been coming up the line that we were calling for, 5.1 energy that was coming up this way. Hit a 5.2. It gets pinched off here. I bet it probably gets pinched off here and translates into 3s again, going across. Just like it did last time. Because that's how this has been a relief valve, actually. This island and its earthquake and its volcano activity has been the recipient of a lot of this stress, which has like cut it off from traveling over and really saving the West Coast and Alaska a lot of headache, because this region right here seems to be taking the brunt, for now at least. I mean, we're all witnessing that, right? Right? You guys are paying attention, right? Okay, and then look at how naked the rest of the system is. The last one right here is a 4.6 at 10. What was this? 4.8. So there's, that mid to high 4, low 5 range energy still to come up through this part of the system here, okay? It'll travel up, apex points, focal point, drop down, maybe here or there. There's a little bit of 4.2 over here for the turkeys. Boy, they in deep shit, man. Oh, my God. Wait until you find out what they did. Oh, you're going to be... I can't say too much. It's like a surprise party. We want to make it a surprise. 2.67 point depth, and 2.5. Yeah, no activity. I don't even count that. That's just really, really quiet for the West Coast. Good, good. It's quiet on the West Coast. All quiet on the Western Front. Come on, Venture Sky, do your thing. Now, something I wanted to just check real quick. We had our outbreak today, okay? And again, the storm chasers were caught off guard. They were told that it wasn't going to be lifted indices. It wouldn't be, such a big, strong day. And it turned out to trick them again, just like I said it was going to, because of the incoming energy from the object. It's not because I'm a professional weather and I'm better at them than at this than they are. They are better than me. They're they're more dedicated than I am. They have better tools and stuff, but I'm not trying to be right. I'm just trying to show you guys. So, what the hell was I trying to say there? Okay, anyway, I want to refresh this because I want the latest radar here. Okay, so we're going to just go in. Today there was an outbreak up at Iowa and down here in Texas. Right now there's still residual moisture down here in Texas, pumping out thunderstorms just outside of Dallas. Several rounds came right up to the Dallas-Fort Worth area today and almost unleashed on them. But they dodged a bullet today. Where's the... okay, so this cell and this main part of energy was the... earlier today was our events, and it's still heading up towards Chicago. Nothing, no tornadoes or nothing right now, but it is still pretty good thunderstorms and stuff, right? Now, I didn't open it up. My bad. I opened up the GFS model here because this one is going to be a little more complicated tonight. And I hope you guys brought your popcorn, got your drinks. Now's a good time to go to the bathroom, get your drinks and everything. Take a break, have a cigarette like me, because I'm going to play this loop and step away for just a minute while you guys watch that. Go to the bathroom, do your thing. I'll be back in just a couple minutes to go through this frame by frame. And a lot of this stuff that you're looking at will be a lot more intensified, especially with our inbound energy. Okay? So hang in there. I'll be right back. Oh, my God. Any of you guys got a walker sale out there? I need a walker. What the heck? Oh. So yeah, we're gonna go back 3 days on the satellite to look at what we're expecting as far as energy-wise inbound tomorrow. So we might just kind of brush through this weather report because it's going to intensify. It's not as accurate as we need it to be right now. So we'll brush over this and then we'll That's right. That's what we were going to do. Oh, thank you, Lord. Okay. All right. We're back. So, I don't want to go too deep into this GFS model and the dates and times and everything. What I want to focus on is tomorrow. Okay, so once this is finished here, we'll get to tomorrow and something else I want to show you from Andy Hill. Okay, a little report of his that you guys need to know about. So here's our current conditions with our blossom in Texas that I showed you on Venture Sky. Okay, as we continue through the night, it dissipates and moves out, but all that moisture is still in the area. Okay, that's 2 p.m. tomorrow. That's the end of convection right there. You see how scattered all this stuff is, how it just kind of, it went from compact to scattered, right? That scattered effect, there's going to be pop-up thunderstorms all around this, in all these green little areas possibly, all right? It's just going to be like a shotgun blast, hit and miss. It's not like there's going to be one solid squall line to watch out for, okay? It's going to be really peppered effect tomorrow. And I go, get you right. That's about as far as we can scroll in for tomorrow. Now, what I'm concerned about is this low right here. This is going to drop. That pressure is going to drop when this object passes tomorrow. And convection right here. It's passing, causing this low at convection. This is not a representation at all of what tomorrow will look like. In fact, now we're going to go over to Andy Hill and watch a quick little snippet of his report right there for tomorrow. All right, yeah, I got it right at the right spot. So, audio, hang on. Audio, anything else running? Oh. Okay. Alright, so we can unmute. Alright, here we go with his report. Now I want you to watch these regions that they're expecting tomorrow and watch what his radar. This is a better radar.
Let's look at our latest model data to see if we have any better idea of what's going to go on here for these next few hours. So there's our big glob of storms in and around Dallas-Fort Worth. This wants to take that southern storm and move it right through the center of the metro. That's not going to happen, I'm pretty sure. It really doesn't look like that's what's trying to happen because this would be in 30 minutes, and we see a strong storm well south of what this model is showing. So it goes to show you that model data is not truthful even in the next couple hours. That's the best we can look at it. And the same is true. Like this has it modeled over Kirksville, and that just we already know that didn't happen. So what it looks like is that
yeah, I think it's right here. I thought it was right there. Play it.
Much of the Midwest and back to the west towards Omaha, Nebraska, and even really close to Topeka.
This is for tomorrow.
And north of Kansas City here. So this enhanced risk is for damaging wind and hail, but there is a slight tornado threat also associated with that, subject to change. It could go up.
It will go up
closer to the day. So this is the day 2 risk, which means an upgrade is possible, and expansion is possible. So if we play this through, so here it is at right about storm initiation. The worst storms that we're going to see today will be in the afternoon to evening hours once again. That's when we see a lot of our severe thunderstorm risks show up. So here it is at 4 p.m. Central. You can see a bunch of the storms are moving off to the south through Tennessee. Some damaging winds even as far east as western North Carolina here, and some rain moving into the East Coast area. So just some strong storms possible in this area, but our area of concern now pops up 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Central here. We could have a couple strong storms entering central Nebraska, entering the Omaha area from the west, and a couple of strong storms popping up around Des Moines. So that continues. There's another train of storms near Omaha, and then this is 10 p.m. Central from this model. We can see that across the risk area in orange here. There's a lot of storms. So whether some of these are tornadic, whether most of them are wind bags, lots of.
Do you see this comma-shaped effect right here? He doesn't talk about it, but I am deeply concerned about this comma-shaped effect. And if it happens around Davenport and Chicago, this area right here is going to be a lot of people under high alert. There's a monster at your door, Chicago. Now watch as this continues to play out. See that frame? He doesn't talk more about it, but you see what I'm talking about.
Remains to be seen. But then this thing is just going to do the same thing. You can watch it just spread out through the same areas. Lots of windy conditions to be followed with it. Then we could see another one also just develop over here and go into Louisiana. So all sorts of these MCSs, mesoscale convective systems, is what we're watching here during the month of May. So we're going to see a lot of those develop, move. See another one also just issues to be followed with same areas. Lots of windy conditions.
Oops, I missed it.
To be through the same areas. Lots.
Alright, that's probably a good frame right there, because you can make out your comma-shaped thing, and it's heading towards Chicago. It's northern Illinois, alright? So with that, I want you to hold that thought, and we're going to come back over here to seeds. Okay, let me put the headset back on and talk to you guys. Alright, so tomorrow, or now, is the 7th, right? 3 days ago was the 4th. So we're going to open up the 4th and watch the loop and what to expect as far as energy tomorrow. Do you think, after looking at what you're looking at right now, do you think that that storm could possibly increase in strength? And do you see why? Okay. Now these guys are professional weather forecasters, and they're doing their best with the models and stuff that they have from data that leaves out, has no consideration for what the passage of these objects does to our weather. Okay, so that's why I take these guys' report and improve upon it a little bit. And I'm telling you, this effect is going to be a lot stronger tomorrow.
The conditions to be followed with it. And we could see another one also just develop over here and go into Louisiana.
Down here in Texas. Watch out tomorrow. Where is the... Nope, this is it. Yeah, this is the part. I thought there was another part I was looking for, but let me just back up a little bit.
They do the same thing. You can watch lightning. Some of these are tornadic, whether most of them are wind bags.
Alright, right there. This structure, the strength of this low, plus this inbound energy striking, come here, back, the right one, dig it. This energy striking at the peak of convection with those objects passing right outside Chicago. Watch out, Chicago. Watch out, Davenport. This whole area could possibly get severe damage tomorrow. This looks like one big tornado right here. I don't even know what to call this. This is a He doesn't talk too much about it because I think he's a little perplexed and a little scared to tell you what might happen tomorrow. Very, very, very dangerous, very ugly situation brewing for tomorrow for Chicago. If for this whole area, okay? So let's go back to this forecast model. All right? It shows nothing there. It shows nothing like he was talking about, right? Because this is the same time frame. This is the end of convection tomorrow. So this GFS model run is no good tonight because it doesn't have. We need that better instrument that he has. If I wasn't so flat broke, I would try to get that app, but you got to pay for it, and I have 0 to my name. I own nothing. I have nothing. I use broken equipment to work my magic. So we're just going to continue to play this model, though. Oh, wait. Go back. Alright, so this is supposedly be into convection tomorrow, but we saw that nice comma-shaped thing coming at Chicago. So there's 11 p.m. See, this model seems to be like a couple hours behind, but it shows this area right outside Chicago and all the convection. This is at 2 in the morning. Now, you see more back behind it there. More moisture coming up probably into Texas. It shows over here to Louisiana a little bit. So anywhere in that area, watching the south, Texas, Louisiana area tomorrow. You see this low driving right up into Ohio. So watch out, Ohio. This is, wait, I want the end of convection. Right there. That's the end of convection on the 8th. All right. You see now more this comma-shaped thing that he was talking about on happening tomorrow. So this model is like a day off or a day behind. It's not taking into consideration the usage of these objects. And if these guys knew, I'm sure they would add that to their formula and be a lot more accurate. So we're just going to kind of sloppily go through this because it's kind of a bunch of if information, if or and, or 50% chance. We have another low coming in and then driving up into like Montana still. This was for the last couple of days. This low has been on there still. So we're going to have like a Midwest event happening way up here in Montana now, okay? So what usually happens in Tornado Alley is going to take place way up here in Montana. And you see the structure that thing gets by May 12th. You see that? Looks like a big old question mark. Boop, it's even got the dink. Anyways, this is very, very dangerous shape right here. You see all these pop-ups right in here. This is May 12th. And all that moisture just stays around. That's the end of convection May 13th. And that'll all change. That'll all intensify. It goes into the midnight hours. It just intensifies overnight in Texas. We come into the 14th at 7 in the morning, violent thunderstorms in Texas. Up in here, this is a whole comma-shaped structure still. Texas, up into Dallas and Fort Worth, man. There's a lot of sinning going on there. And this is the 15th now. At 11 a.m. in the morning, well, that'll be 2 p.m., there's the end of convection on the May 15th. All this area, all this down in Texas, okay? Just watch out. It's so unpredictable now. Yeah, couple of those songs at the coronation today had the code in it, and if they know about the code, they were paying homage to me. Otherwise, they were playing music they had no idea that had code in it. But I have a feeling, especially the way the king accepted the scepter and kind of sat there dumbfounded like an actor, it just didn't it kind of seem odd, folks? Yeah, it's because pretty soon they're going to acknowledge me. They have no choice but to. And that's the end of the loop there. What an... Alright, let's just play it real quick one more time here. So, that's tomorrow, right there. And then the rest of this is just, if, it could happen. That's the low I'm really worried about, this event going up into Montana there. That's the next one after this event tomorrow in Chicago. That's the next event I'm worried about, is this thing going up into Montana. And the way things are going these days, this storm right here that I just showed you Andy improved upon heads right at the East Coast in Virginia and Maryland. That's the end of convection, May 7th. I could see God using the number 7, May 7th, to do a nice display in this area, if you know what I mean. So I would watch out May 7th at the end of convection around Virginia, Maryland, that area, even up into New York, because all this stuff is biblical. You're seeing retribution, I guess you would say, for all the ill that's been done. Okay, so that's that. We covered this, covered that. What was going to be tonight's gem? Oh, it was going to be Andy. That was tonight's gem. All right, and the shape of this storm. Okay, this is like the best model that's out there that these guys like to use. I wish I had access to this one, but you can see. Let me just zoom in and just kind of leave you with this image sitting there for a minute, okay, and wrap your head around that. You know what? Maybe you guys want to hear more notes. Let me read some more of my notes. Maybe soothe your nerves a little bit. Let's see if we can find something good for tonight. Yeah, while you're looking at that and thinking about Rockford and Milwaukee and Chicago and Gary and South Bend, Grand Rapids, Joliet, the Peoria, Davenport, Cedar Rapids, Waterloo, all Des Moines. Watch out for Des Moines tomorrow. Oh, good. I think I got a good one for tonight. Okay. Now we're gonna put on a different image to look at while I'm doing the reading. Thank you, Mr. Andy Hill. Everybody go over to Andy Hill, subscribe, like. I want you guys to go over to World of Signs and give them a like for the intro tonight. I mean, they bust their ass so hard to bring stuff from around the world to us. I can't give them support. Like I said, I'm in a place where I don't have access to money. Let's just say it that way. Okay, so how am I going to do this? How you want to do this one? Oh, yeah, of course. So we're going to just pull up my channel real quick, find a nice image. Which nice image you want, your Lord? Hmm? Oh. Oh, okay. Fine, we'll do that one. Just a real quick intro into this video.
Howdy folks, welcome back. So I'm real excited to show you this one. This is an angel that was captured on my security cameras, and now I've run it through the filter here. So if you turn your head to the right, about 45 degrees, you can make out the head, the hair,
Hang on.
breast.
Let me zoom in on this real quick. I want you guys to be able to see this angel first.
The female, the torso, the waist, the legs coming down here, a wing coming off here, a wing coming off over here. And we'll zoom in on this real quick, because this one's nice and clear that you can. Okay, and this is an angel that was caught hovering in a shaft of light over this sleeping child down
Alright. Can you guys see the angel?
below here.
Let me just, right about
Zoom
there. That's a good angle. Alright. I'll just point it out one more time here for you if you can't see it. Where did my pointer just go? Oh, it's under my notes. There we go. Alright, so the angel is actually laying in the air at an angle like this. This is its wing coming out this way and a wing going up this way. It's a humanoid body with legs coming down right here and here. Here's the waist. It's a female, has breasts. I don't know, in the video I'll zoom in, but female has breasts and long brown hair with like some kind of white crown on its head. So tilt your head to the right and
just excited that you can see it a lot clearer now, because before it was kind of faint, and now with these filters I'm able to make these images pop a little bit more for you guys so you can see them.
alright, that's probably pretty good, I think. Where's my camera? Yeah, you guys can see it? Alright, good. Alright, cool. That's a real angel. That was captured on a security camera, okay? That's admissible as evidence in a court of law. If a criminal had broken into my garage and I wanted to prosecute him, I could have caught him on this camera and it would have been sufficient as evidence in a court of law. But when it captures an angel, all of a sudden it's fake, it's this, it's that, it's whatever fucking excuse you can come up with besides accepting the truth. Now these angels are all around. They follow me everywhere I go. Okay? And here, captured a beautiful image of this angel hovering over a sleeping child on that couch. Okay, so let's try notes. What do I do with the other ones? I just read this one, I guess. Okay, you see the angel? Okay, now listen closely. When tests and challenges come at you from all sides, consider it a joyful opportunity. Don't waste energy don't waste energy regretting the way things are or wishing you could go back to yesterday. Remember that I am sovereign, powerful, and loving. Moreover, I am with you and here to help you. And instead of being overwhelmed by all the difficulties, grasp my hand with confident trust. Though you are insufficient to handle your troubles by yourself, you and I together can handle anything. If you view your circumstances from this big picture perspective, you can be joyful even in the midst of your struggles. You have not only my presence with you, but my spirit within you. I am always ready to help. Seek my assistance as often as you need. One of the hardest parts of dealing with multiple trials is waiting for their resolution. Since patience is part of the Spirit's fruit, I can help you endure the waiting. Don't try to get out of hard times prematurely. Instead, persevere patiently, knowing that perseverance must finish its work, making you mature and complete. Okay? I hope that brings you guys some hope some strength and some inspiration, some courage, and some valor. Okay? And I think that's it for tonight. I love you all. God bless you all. I miss you all. I miss you dearly. Dearly. So hang in there. Keep praying for each other's endurance and stuff. Please go over to the community page. I'm going to be posting more stuff tonight. I found a gem that I want to put on here as the gem, but it's actually an entire show that needs to be watched independent of my show. So therefore it won't be the gem, but it will be in the community page. And I suggest every single one of you that enjoyed this, go watch what I'm going to go post over there. All right? That's it for tonight. Love you all. Miss you all. God bless you all. And until my next video, I'll be back. I'm back already with a vengeance.